Hey girl, hey, it's Shanae Jaye, and I am back again with another story time. And today's story is it's actually a weird story. It's kind of funny because niggas be really in their motherfucking feelings when you don't like theirs, and they like you but you don't like theirs back. And it's like, why you gotta be acting like a little bitch? Why you gotta do that? Why? But why? For why? So today's story is gonna be about how this dude was in his feelings because I didn't like his ass. And yeah. Okay, so the story starts on my birthday weekend. My birthday's February 27th, and I scheduled bowling for like 2 hours or whatever, right? And I invited like my closest people, which was like I think 5 people, like total. It was actually like 3 people, well 4. We go to this bowling place and my friends and I were there hanging out, whatever, we're chilling, and then we're drinking and stuff. And I remember I was sitting there and apparently I had a stank ass face, which like I have RBF and I just don't like, I don't intentionally mean to look so stank and like bitchy, but I just naturally do. Like, I'm such a nice person and friendly and stuff like that until you piss me off. But like my face will never show that. Like naturally I'm just like naturally, and I hate that because I don't know how to fix it, but I just have RBF, whatever. But anyway, so we were there and I had RBF hardcore, and one of the servers, it was a guy, he came over and he was just like, he was taking our drinks, cleaning up the table, and he said to me, oh, you were like grilling me or whatever. And I was like, huh? Like what? I was grilling. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Like I just have RBF, I'm sorry. Like I didn't mean to look at you stank or whatever. Like I ain't trying to cause no problems or nothing. So anyway, we all laughed about it and stuff, and we were talking, and he was telling me that he does YouTube and like he wants to be a comedian and stuff like that. And so we kind of bonded over that a little bit, and we exchanged IGs. So after that, me and him talked on direct message for a few weeks, a little while. I don't remember how long it was, but it was a little while. And we were just talking about the same stuff, like YouTube and how he saw my work and stuff, and he was sending me his work a little bit, and then he gave me his number. So then we were texting and stuff. And mind you, I am not at all talking to this guy like I want to be in a relationship at all. Like at all. Like I wasn't throwing hits or nothing like that. Like this is strictly like business partner kind of thing. Like we're gonna be friends, we're cool. Like I see you trying to do the same thing that I'm trying to do. Like we could be cool, we could help each other out kind of thing. Like I was not being romantic whatsoever, and we're gonna get to some of that stuff later. So anyway, we're texting now, and it was a few weeks later, we're texting, and he randomly asked me if I wanted a teddy bear. He sends me a picture of 2 teddy bears, and he's like, do you want one? And I'm just like, he's like, which one do you like? And I'm just like, it was a bear and a rabbit. I liked the bear, and I was like, oh, I like the bear or whatever. He was like, okay, then I'll give it to you. And I was just kind of like, I don't know how I feel about accepting that, because I just don't want you to get the wrong message or whatever. And we had planned to go out the next day, I think it was. So like he was saying that he was gonna bring the bear with him and give it to me in person and stuff. And like, oh my god, I was just kind of like, I don't know, I feel weird accepting this. But then he was like, okay, well then I'll just give it to somebody else. I was like, I didn't say I didn't want it, I just said I feel weird accepting it. That's 2 different things. But that was kind of my fault. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just been like, no thanks, I'm good. Like, but anyway, Shanae's life, I'm a dumbass, we all know this. So moving on. The next day or whatever, we go to the movies. I drove to meet him in the city because he didn't have a car, so, and I wasn't picking his ass up. So we met in the city, he took the bus or whatever, and we go to see Get Out. Now, if you have not seen Get Out, like, Bitch, that shit was crazy because it really happened. But anyway, that movie was fucking crazy. Like, my brain after that shit, I was just like, we have to do something else. Like, I can't go home right after watching this fucking crazy ass movie. So we ended up going to a barcade right after that, and we were playing all kinds of games in the barcade. They had, you know, the regular basketball, the shooting hoop game. They had skee ball there. We played skee ball. We played foosball. We played Street Fighter, the old school arcade Street Fighter, and I whooped his ass, and he was so surprised because the girl whooped his ass, and I was just like, well, you know, I grew up with family that played this game, so I already know how to AABB6 and kick your ass, nigga. So we did that, and we just played a whole bunch of games and stuff. It was mad chill. And during that time, he was trying to give me the teddy bear that he texted and showed me like 2 days before, and I was just kind of like, I didn't think you would bring this. Like, why did you bring this bear? He's like, I was gonna give it to you. And I was just like, yeah, I like it, but I just can't accept it because I just don't feel right accepting it. Like, I don't want you to get the wrong impression that we're like talking like we're gonna be dating and stuff like that. Like, we're cool, and I don't want to give you the wrong impression or whatever. So he kept it in his bag, and we kept on going out. He was the plug for everything. Like, everybody knew him in the area because he worked there, and he worked at a couple of other bars and stuff, and he just knew people. So we got into everywhere. We got into like 4 or 5 bars after that. We was just turning up. We was just party hopping. We went to his job because he wanted to drop off his bag and see his coworker. So we're there, we get some beers, and we're playing life-size Jenga. That was lit. That was fun because they had really good music, and we were just vibing to the music and stuff and whatever. After we finished playing Jenga, he went to his coworker, and he actually ended up giving the teddy bear that he was gonna give to me to her. It was just weird because I kind of felt like, well, damn, nigga, you said you was gonna give it to me. But then at the same time, I was kind of like, okay, like, but bitch, I had it first. Like, I don't know why you're so excited. But he gave it to her because she was, like, leaving. That was her last day or whatever. I don't know. Whatever. So that happened. We hung out. We had a good time and stuff. And I just felt really weird about it this whole night because I felt like he was trying to be like on a date with me because he would like grab and hold me and stuff while we were walking. I was just kind of like like, get your hands off me, don't touch me, stop, this is not a date, motherfucker. Anyway, I ended up driving him home because he was gonna take the bus, and that was gonna take like forever, even though he lived like 5 minutes, 10 minutes away. So I drove him home. I get to his place, I get to his place, and he literally just gets out the car. He doesn't say bye, he doesn't say thank you, he doesn't say anything. He just gets out the car and goes to the door. And I was just like, I looked at him and I was just like, is he not gonna, like, I was just like, okay, well, bye, I had a nice time, like, okay, okay. So I just went home. I was just like, what the fuck just happened? Like, this whole night was so weird. A few days goes by, and it's kind of back to normal a little bit. He asked me, it was like a Sunday, he asked me if I wanted to go and watch WrestleMania with him and his family. And I was just kind of like, no. Like, he texted me, and I literally waited like 20 minutes to contemplate. I'm like, I should just call him and tell him that I don't want to go because this is not a relationship. We're not dating, so I don't want to meet your family. I don't want to be around you that much. Like, no. So I literally contemplated calling or texting him for 20 minutes straight. And I'm just sitting there like, how am I gonna tell him this? Like, what am I gonna say exactly? Like, you know how you have to prepare yourself to like tell people the truth and shit, and you don't want to hurt their feelings, but you gotta be real and honest and shit like that. So I was just like, I don't know, like, what he thinks this is. I don't want him to get offended, but I want him to know that this is not what that is. And I sometimes can be taking things way overboard. Like, I'm all fucking that, like, oh, he wants to date me and now I don't want to date him. Like, it's not even like that. I'm not even trying to portray myself like that, but I just have been misled before, and I feel like I've been misleading. So I don't want to do that anymore. Like, I want to be honest with people, friends or potential boyfriends or not potential boyfriends. Like, I want to be honest in any relationship that I have. Like, hey, this is what it is, this is how I feel, and that's that, you know what I mean? And communication is so important. So friendships, whatever. So I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna tell him straight up. So I called him, and he's like, hey, do you want to come over and watch WrestleMania with my family and stuff? And I was just like, yeah, about that, I don't really feel comfortable going over there with you and your family, because I just don't want you to think that we're dating and stuff like that. Like, the other night was kind of weird, like, you were holding me and stuff, and I just didn't feel comfortable, and you were trying to give me the teddy bear stuff. Like, I just want you to know that me and you are just friends. Like, I don't see you in that way, and nothing's wrong with you. It's just I don't see you in that way. I don't see a relationship forming out of this. Like, it's literally just a friendship, and that's it. And he was kind of like confused and a little bit butthurt, I think. So I don't know what he wanted me to do. Like, I had to be honest. But anyway, he was just like, oh, okay, like, all right, I guess. Like, I don't know why you feel like that or whatever, but, you know, I wasn't trying to do anything to make you feel uncomfortable and blah, blah, blah and stuff. So that was awkward, and that was tough, but I did it. So after that, we didn't talk for a month, and I think it's because he was in his feelings about it. But, like, what do you expect me to do? I don't like you like that, motherfucker, so get away from me. Nah, but I don't know, he was in his feelings, so we didn't talk for a month. And I hit him up like a month later, and I was supposed to go to this Future concert with my friend who invited me like a while ago, and she was like playing games or whatever. That's gonna be a whole nother story time. But I was looking for someone to go with me because she wouldn't, like, I didn't know when she was gonna get the tickets or whatever. Anyway, so I text this motherfucker because I'm like, oh, I completely forgot about this nigga. Like, I can ask him if he wants to go. He probably ain't got nothing to do. Well, I didn't really assume that. I kind of did, but not really. But I was just like, oh, he probably doesn't have anything to do and wouldn't mind going. Like, I think he likes hip hop, so that would be cool for us to go, whatever. I texted him. I said, hey, what are you doing this Sunday? I don't know. It's like a Thursday. I'm texting him or whatever. You know what this motherfucker gonna text me back? He gonna hit me with the who this. I was like, really? Like, that's how you feel? Like, how petty are we? Like, bitch. But honestly, I don't know if in the moment I just didn't realize that he said that, or what the case was, or I got pissed off and I just stopped responding for like 2 days. But I didn't even, like, I didn't respond to it, which I don't know how that happened. But I just let it slide. The next day, I remember him calling me. I was doing my hair, and I wanted to be hella petty. Like, I deleted his number and everything. I was hella petty. So I answered the phone, and I'm like, hey. And he's like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, who's this? I was like, who's this? And he was like, really? Really? You gonna play that game? You don't know who I am, blah, blah, blah. And so we kind of had an awkward conversation because I was pretending like I didn't know and care who he was and stuff. And I was just like, oh, he's like, what are you doing and stuff? I'm like, oh, I'm doing my hair or whatever. But and he just got mad. And I'll tell you exactly how mad he got. So he was just asking me about regular ass shit. And then I was like, oh yeah, well, I gotta go because I'm doing my hair. And then we hung up. So I'm like finishing my hair. I'm not thinking nothing of the situation. I don't really care. Like, I'm done. And Like, it was just weird. He was just fucking weird. He was just like an energy that I did not need in my life. So I had to eliminate that beach. Like, get the fuck away. Like, back up, beach. So I'm going to read and insert exactly what he said to me literally like 5 minutes after that phone conversation. He said, to avoid any unnecessary confusion, just delete my number. I don't really appreciate your attitude, and I don't have to deal with that shit. This is exactly why I only talk to Spanish and Asian or West Coast girls. Have a nice day. Hope you enjoy the concert though. I'm not a sourpuss. I wish you all the success and positive energy in the world, just from one black person to another. I respond, mind you, that's 2 different text messages. I respond and say, I really don't care who you date. Have a nice life. With this emoji. Like, okay. Then he says, again, I never said anything albeit, he spells about wrong. Dating you, that's how I know you salt. And I like older women because females my age play too many games, and you the one that's sad you didn't want to. First of all, that's supposed to be said, not sad, but he can't spell. Then I respond again. That's a paragraph again. I respond, crying laughing emoji. I refer you to my last message. Then he says, talk to me so I don't understand why you hit it. What? I wish I could understand this shit. Like, talk to me so I don't understand why you thought of hitting me up. Oh, okay. I guess he was finishing what he was gonna say in that first paragraph. So I'm gonna read it again. He says, I never said anything about dating you. That's how I know you salt. And I like older women because females my age play way too many games. And you the one that said you didn't want to talk to me, so I don't understand why you thought of hitting me up. I said I was cool for us to be friends, but it seems you just want to run game, and I don't have time for that shit either. You with me or you not. If not, keep it moving. It doesn't have to be a relationship. I'm just looking for friends to have my back. Oh, I was stating as in speak to in general, not trying to date, but casual. See, bro, what's wrong with you? Jeez. Man, swerve. Like, and guess what I said after that? Absolutely not a goddamn thing. I was literally cracking up at this. You could tell he was way more hurt than me, but like, you the one who was talking about, he was the one that was talking about, oh, this is why I only talk to Asian and West Coast girls and da-da-da. Like, the way he said that, I'm like, okay, that's how I know you're mad, because I told you I didn't want to fucking talk to you like we're dating, and you want to bring up Asian bitches and West Coast bitches. I don't give a fuck who you talk to. I don't give a fuck if it's a friendship. I don't give a fuck if it's a relationship. I don't care. Get out of my life. Leave. Exit. To the left. Like, goodbye. Game over. I'm done. I don't care. Like, that was my whole point. That's why I literally wrote 2 lines. He wrote a whole essay, and I was just like, no, I don't care. Like, goodbye. Deleted. Blocked. So that ended that weird ass friendship, relation, whatever the fuck that stupid shit was. And that's how you know that you have people in your life for a reason and a season. And honestly, I don't know what the fuck reason he was in my life. Maybe it was just a story time. I have no idea. It wasn't even a full season. It was literally like 2 months. This nigga's fuck shit, and I'm just tired of people. And he texted me all of that. And then literally like a week later, he was like, hey. Oh my God. I hate when people try to act so hard and so tough and act like they don't need you in their life, but then they hit you up the next few days and they like, no, don't sit there and act like you don't need me and you don't want to talk to me, you don't like me and stuff like that. And then a week later, you're hitting me up like, hey, what's up? Like, everything's cool. No, bitch, it's not. I'm not ever talking to you. When I said have a nice life, when a bitch says have a nice life, that means she's never gonna talk to you again. Just know that, guys. If a bitch says have a nice life, that means have a nice life. She's never talking to you again. Like, you're dead to her. You might as well be in the sky with God and Jesus, or in hell, wherever you belong. I don't know. But like, she's never gonna talk to you again. When a person brings more stress into your life, more annoyance into your life, more into your life, that's when you know you need to cut them off. Like, it's done, it's over. Don't be friends with them, don't talk to them, because they're not bringing anything of value to your life. Anyway, this was a really weird ass story time. I hope you guys enjoyed it anyway. If you liked it, like it. If you loved it, share it. Whatever your thoughts are, leave them down below, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Peace out.